So let's talk about forgiveness. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Ebony. I'm a human design reader, expert, and coach. And on this channel, we learn about human design and gene keys in order to reclaim our power, prioritize our pleasure, and create the freedom-filled lives that we desire. In this series, I am taking you through my process for helping you to reconnect with your body, release your fears, tap into your intuition and your instincts, learn to trust yourself, and tap into your human design authority so you can start making better and more aligned decisions for yourself. Now, this is step 4. So if you have not seen the other videos in this series, I highly recommend that you start at the beginning because we've already talked about how damaging and not fun it can be if you just hop in like to step 4 in this process. So there's that. Also, if you are interested in going deeper into this work with me, you can go ahead and click the link in my description to sign up for a free clarity call, which will help you, if you're interested in reconnecting with your body, discover what your goals are, what's keeping you stuck, and how we can start to adjust that so you can start moving forward. So that is available to you as well. Now, this phase of the process is when we're kind of starting to move, I don't want to say we're going to move out of pain, but we're starting to move forward. This is where the really hard stuff starts, because this is where we tap into forgiveness. Because the fact is, we've all been hurt, right? We've all been through some shit. We've all been hurt by others, and we've all hurt ourselves, right? We have fallen out of integrity with our values, our beliefs, our dreams, right? That is painful for our souls, right? For our body. When we're not in integrity, it's the same thing as like when someone lies to us. Lying to ourselves, it's a very similar pain for our souls, for our bodies, right? And we do that all the time. There are so many times in our lives when we fall out of integrity with, certain things, right? So this is where we start to develop compassion for other people, but specifically also we'd start to develop compassion for ourselves. Because the thing is, if your goal is like, I want to trust myself, I want to trust my authority, I want to trust my intuition, I want to make better decisions, you cannot have trust without forgiveness. If someone has hurt you, if someone has betrayed you, if someone has lied to you, if someone has fallen out of integrity with the boundaries that you have set up with them, trust cannot come before forgiveness, in my personal opinion. If I don't forgive you, I'm not going to trust you. Right? That whole thing like, oh, forgive and not forget. If you're going to trust someone, even yourself, there needs to be a level of genuine forgiveness. And in my experience, self-forgiveness is probably the hardest thing for people to come to terms with, because we neglect our own boundaries much more than other people. And if you're 30 years old, that's 20, 25 years of you neglecting your own boundaries, of you stepping over and out of your own integrity. And there can be a lot of pain, be a lot of guilt, and a lot of shame there. So this is really when we're kind of digging into, okay, if I want to trust myself, or if I want to trust this person, what needs to be forgiven? What needs to be dug up? What hatchets need to be buried in order for me to start cultivating this feeling of trust within myself, or this feeling of trust with this other person? This is so, so, so important, because another part of not trusting yourself is self-sabotage. And a lot of the time, I'm about to get into some shit, goodness. A lot of the times, self-sabotage is unconscious. We don't consciously think, you know what? I'm doing well. Business is going great. Relationship is fabulous. I'm going to fuck some shit up today. We don't consciously say that, right? It's our unconscious mind that's like, things are going great. I don't trust it. Let's just burn all this shit down, right? That's the subconscious or the unconscious being like, look, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. Why? Why does the unconscious not trust that everything is going fine and it can continue to go that way? Why does it feel this need to self-sabotage? There's something there. There's something there that needs to be unearthed. There's something there that needs to be forgiven. What is it? That is the whole point of this step is figuring out what that is. How can I forgive myself? How can I forgive this person? And then once we've done that, once we set that foundation of, okay, I'm forgiving myself for whatever this thing or things were, now we can start to build trust. And when we fundamentally trust ourselves, it becomes a lot easier for us to take chances on ourselves, for us to believe in ourselves, for us to look at something and say, you know what, I can do that. That is sustainable for me. That is something, even though I've never done it before, I believe I can do because I trust myself and I trust my ability to see that through, even though there have been times in my past when I didn't. Right? So this is really, really important. And I don't think a lot of people talk about this, especially when it comes to human design and gene keys. And I made a video about this, why follow your strategy and authority is terrible advice. Part of it is because most of us do not have the foundation of trust, the foundation of courage, and the self-forgiveness in place in order to do that. Because we'll think in our head, well, I have a sacral authority. I'm supposed to do what excites me. But that last time I did something that excites me, it didn't work out. This, and this happened. So clearly that doesn't work. There is something underneath that. There is something that needs to be forgiven in order for true trust to be cultivated. Because surrendering, people always say surrender to the universe, which is not terrible advice, surface level. But do you know how hard it is to surrender when you fundamentally do not trust yourself? It's literally impossible. Well, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. So when we forgive and we cultivate trust, it opens up the floodgates. It lays this very strong foundation for us to do all of these other things, to follow our strategy and authority, to surrender where we are undefined, to take responsibility for our definition so that we're not being an energetic bully to other people. So that is step 4. I hope this was helpful for you. Again, if you are interested in going deeper into this work, click the link in my description box to sign up for a free clarity call with me, and I will see you in the next video.